Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to the first knitting podcast with me, with Crunchy herself. Wow, are you feeling special? You should. You get to witness the first one. Yay, you. Yay, me. Today, I'm taking a little bit of a different. I already said it, but I'm taking a little bit of a different turn, and we're going to do our first knitting podcast. And in this video, we're going to talk about everything that I knitted in November and everything I plan to knit, both realistically and unrealistically, in December. I'm going to preface this by saying don't expect a lot from the November knitting. I am a slow knitter, and I'm learning to knit with intention rather than just knitting to knit. I want to knit things that I know I'm going to wear. So doing that has caused me to knit a lot slower than I might have knitted before or other people might knit. And that's not a problem for me. But sorry, my frame rate was wrong. That's not a problem for me, but I know for some people, like the amount that I know like it's impressive to see somebody knit a lot in 1 month. Sorry, you're not gonna get that here. You're not. If you were planning to look at somebody knit like 30 sweaters in a month, I'm sorry. Okay, so first let's start with things I knit last month, just December. First things first. This beaut right here, this is my pride and joy. I completely freehanded this. It is a top-down raglan like t-shirt thing. It is perfect for layering because it is made out of wool, so it's meant to be worn in colder months and layered over on top of something. And I really like wearing it with like a long white long sleeve. I like wearing it with a white long sleeve, not like the one I have on, but like a tighter one, and then a pair of baggy jeans. That's like my favorite go-to for this top. You can kind of tell by the way it looks, but it is completely my design. I freehanded it. It's not hard. It's just a raglan. But I'm very proud of myself considering I don't think I've ever finished a raglan top while knitting. I have a sweater, a Christmas sweater that I started making last year that I never finished because I got bored. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. The buttons on this are probably everybody's favorite detail. They are like rainbow buttons. They are a bunch of thrifted buttons, either thrifted or I received at some type of like fair or something, or that was given to me, or I bought on Amazon because they were cute. I have a jar of random buttons, and I just reached my hand in the jar and found a bunch of buttons that were the same size and put them on here. I think it's my favorite detail because it makes it really colorful. I feel like without it, it'd be extremely boring. And it is held, it is the yarn, if you can see, it's 2 strands of Drops Flora held together, one in the color tangerine, the other in the color yellow, using 3.5 needles all around, even on the ribbing. And yeah, that's about it. And the button band is crocheted. You can't really see it, but it is crocheted. I started this back in September or August, and I finished it at the beginning of this month. It is probably my most proud make so far, considering I completely freehanded it. I didn't follow a pattern, and I actually like it. Like, I like wearing it. I like the way it feels, kind of. There's still some wool content in this, so, like, it's still itchy to me, but it's not as itchy as my 100% wool sweater. I'm still learning about fibers, learning what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And in this process, I'm going to find yarns that don't work for me, but I bought them. I'm going to use them. So I don't care. But yeah, I would 100% use this yarn again, though. I would use it for a full sweater held together with like 2 strands of it held together, or it held with the mohair. I would 100% use that for a sweater because I do like the way it looks. Like, it has that bit of fuzziness that I really like. It hasn't peeled on me yet, and I wore it more than I've worn some of my other stuff. And I don't know, I really like it. I'm very proud of it. It was my first finished knit and project, I think, of this month. So yeah, she's a legend, and I want to make another one actually, but that's not for now. Next up, a few weeks later, I made this amazing hood. If you've been following me or you follow me on my other socials, you would know this hood This hood is what came of my Meiji crunchy hood pattern, which is, by the time you guys see this, still in testing, but about to come out very soon. So watch out for that. Should be within like within at least a week of you guys seeing this. It should be out. But yeah, I started knitting this up. It is completely my pattern. I was inspired by the Sophie knit, the Sophie hood, but I wanted it to be completely stockinette. As you can see, it's completely stockinette. See if I can get that to focus. And I don't know. I just wanted it to be stockinette, and I thought it would look nice like this. It does curl because it is stockinette, but this one fits pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. So I don't think the curling really bothers me. The curling really is more on this part, but this part I tie, so I don't really leave it hanging. So the curling doesn't really bother me. In my pattern, like I make sure to show in like all my promotional videos and in my pictures that there's curling, so people don't get surprised when their project like has a bunch of curling, because I'm not trying to eliminate the curling. That's not something I prioritized in this hood. The thing I prioritized was the shape of the head, which I think turned out amazing. It is using Hobby Lobby Soft and Sleek, and the colors red and blue. I think literally is what their names were. Yeah, it is a 100% acrylic, nothing special. I do want to try to make this with a warmer yarn, but not a wool, because wool makes me itchy. I'm thinking, okay, not just a wool, not just 100% wool. I'm thinking a merino wool, if I can find one that I want to use, or something held with an alpaca silk or something. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. That's for later on Ryan to figure out. This Ryan just knows that she likes the pattern, and she just needs to find another way to utilize the pattern. This thing, great piece of work. I love her so much. I've been wearing her. Obviously, because it's not acrylic, it's not the warmest, but it still keeps me warm enough. It helps with like the wind, and since it's so flat, I can put my headphones over it, which helps even more with keeping it on my face. It's such a staple in my wardrobe now. Not my wardrobe, but in my winter wear now. Like, I think everybody should have one of these. Not even just for fashion, but just for like warmth. Especially, I live in the snowiest city. Well, I go to school in the snowiest city in America. So, very important for me. Very important. Next, I made another one. I made another one with a smaller-ish yarn. So, it's a little bit smaller. Not too much smaller, though. I was trying to see if I could make it with a smaller yarn. I do not like it as much with the smaller yarn because it's not as like squishy. Like you can kind of see. No, you can't really see it on camera. Well, you can like see the thickness difference, but you can't really see it on camera. But it's very noticeable in person. And I also adjusted this, but it made it look worse. So I'm going back to the original one that I made, and this piece isn't bad either. It fits around my head perfectly. The color is stunning. It's stunning, babe. It's made with I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. Shade name, I don't know. I don't have the label anymore because it was a leftover yarn that I had in my stash. But I love her. Again, amazing color. She is also shorter. Give you guys proof. There's top of the hood. There's the bottom. She's shorter. This is my size 1 in my pattern. Hold up. This is the size 1 in my pattern, so she's shorter, so she doesn't have as much leftover. Scarf leftover, and I like that, so I don't feel like I'm suffocating when I wear my thick coat. I throw this one on. If I'm wearing a thinner coat, I'll throw this one on. Yeah. She's a little bit thinner than the other one, a little bit more see-through, so she doesn't keep me as warm, but I still like her. She's still really cute. And yes, I gender most of my knits as she. Sorry. Hood is still pretty smooth. It looks so much smaller. It's really not that much smaller. It just looks so. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm delusional. Okay. Anywho, that's all that I made in November. 3 projects. I was really surprised looking back at it. I was like, only 3? how am I a content creator? How have I been creating content and I've only made 3 projects? And then I remember like most of my videos from this month were me just trying to finish projects. But this is my haul. Now that I'm looking at it, like camera lighting wise, I probably shouldn't have wore a white t-shirt contrasting my dark skin. Because I bet the lighting's being played with like crazy. Anywho, next up is my current whips that I want to finish in December because they need to be finished. Now, these mittens. These mittens started in November, need to be finished, should have been finished in November, but somebody hasn't made the thumb for the second mitten yet. This is also the wrong hand. I can feel it. Okay, this is the right hand. I haven't made, it's literally the only thing left. The other mitten is completely done. You can also see I adjusted the pattern right here because I have quite a bit of a jump from my pinky to ring finger. You can kind of see like that's a lot of space. And on this one, I didn't accommodate for the space, and now that's like extra and it feels weird. So I accommodated for that space on this one, and I think it might not look better, but it feels better. This side I think looks a little bit better. This side feels so much better. But I'm not going back and fixing this side. I'm not. I'm just gonna have two lopsided. I'm just gonna have two different mittens. But all I have to do is the thumb. Literally all I have to do is the thumb. This is knitted using Lynn's Hobbies Lynn Hobby Merino 115. Sorry, Merino 115. It is I want to say a DK weight, might be a sport weight. I'm not 100% sure, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know the weights like that. I just know thin, thinner, thinnest, thick, thicker, thickest. This is thin. It's just stuck between thin and thinner, actually. Yeah, this should be done by like tomorrow. It should be finished. I'm procrastinating. Somebody save me. Last but oh, they fell off the bed. Secondly, my only other whip, this darn cardigan that has been, when did I start this cardigan? Back in October? Girl, get moving. Okay, anywho, last time you guys saw this cardigan, if you watch my vlogs, I stopped working on it and put it in timeout because I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish the sleeve because the sleeve, I knitted the entire sleeve, and then I figured out that the sleeve was too big and I passed it on. I picked up too many stitches, so I was really frustrated and I put it on hold for 2 weeks. I could be done with it by now, but you know, sometimes you need to put a project on hold or you're gonna crash out. I was on the verge of crashing out. Okay, anywho, since then, off camera, I have knitted the sleeve again. The sleeve is back. She's smaller now. And she fits this time. She's not huge. And I think all in all, that's what we all want. Yeah. She's amazing. I have finished a sleeve. I have one sleeve left. Button band, neck ribbing, buttons, done. Wait, or is it neck ribbing, button band? But we'll figure that out later. But that is my, I guess you could say, this project's probably my primary focus right now, which is why I haven't finished those mittens. Once I finish this other sleeve, I'll be motivated to finish those mittens. I'm lying. I probably won't be motivated to finish those mittens for a while. But I want to finish a majority of this before I start heading back for school. So that is the current goal. Yeah. I really much else to talk about. I hate my neighbors. Okay. This is probably a sign that I should end this video very soon. I had more I wanted to talk to you guys about, but apparently my neighbor has other plans. This is the Honey cardigan by Knitters and Friends. I've talked about it in my vlogs. If you want to see how I knitted up these first few things, you can go back to my vlogs and look at that. But that is the end of my whips. I don't like to have a lot of whips. especially because I talked about earlier, I like knitting with intention, and having a lot of whips is not an intentional way to knit. I'm sorry. If you're a person who has a lot of whips, I just can't. It stresses me out, and it makes me not want to finish any of the projects, and it also makes me not want to wear any of the projects when I'm done with them, because I had too many whips and it stressed me out, and I don't want to wear anything that stresses me out, because then I connect bad ideas to those things. Anywho, last but not least, I'm just going to talk about a little bit of the things that I want to knit. First things first is the Lania cardigan. The Lania cardigan by Anuska Studio, something like that. It'll be on the screen. It'll be on the screen. This is now a mutual of mine. She's a mutual. And she announced this pattern like last month or something, or in October, either in October or November. And I wanted to test it, but realistically that was not happening, especially with school. And I think it's like coming out next week. I would not have finished that cardigan, as we can see. So I want to start it this month when the pattern comes out. It should be coming out very soon. And I already know what yarn I want to. I'm stuck between two yarns that I want to use for it, but we're going to see what I end up choosing. I think I'm going to start it when I go back home. It's going to be like a Christmas gift to myself, buying the yarn for it. I'm really excited to make it. The colorway, I'm not 100% sure for, but the yarn I want to use, I have two choices, and I'm going to do a little more research and see which one I want to use, and then I'm going to buy the yarn, and then that's going to be a video, because you guys like when I knit things. I like when I knit things and record it and give it to you guys. So there's that for that, and then I have plans to record. Y'all are getting the pre-fronted stuff, the spoilers. There we go. Y'all are getting the spoilers right now. Be grateful. I plan to do another K-pop inspired crochet video, and I want to knit something for that video. I know it's a K-pop inspired crochet, but I want to knit something for that video, and it is a hood. I will not be going into further details about it, but it is a hood and it involves a cable, but I will not be telling you guys what exactly it is, but that is in my plans. But you're gonna have to tune in to find out more about it. I can't wait to move out. Less than 2 weeks. Next week. I wanted to end off this video in a nice, easy way, but it seems as if I'm going to end off this video angry, frustrated, and a little hostile. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this knitting podcast. Luckily, I will be moving out of this room in the next week, so we won't have to worry about this guy upstairs. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. I really do. If you have any projects that you are proud of that you knit in November, or you plan to knit in December, leave them down below. I would like to be nosy and add more things. Be nosy and figure out what you guys are making so I can add more things to my list of things that I want to make. I was going to do a section where I talked about other projects I want to make, but I can't wait for him to be done, because I know he's going to be up until 11 playing his goddamn guitar. So I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, specifically my Instagram. It'll be put on the bottom of the screen or linked down below where you can find my other socials. And keep an eye out for my pattern, the Crunchy Hood, that's coming out this month, hopefully next week, if everything goes the way I want it to go. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If I properly used my free will, I would go upstairs, take his guitar, and I would shove it up his